Welcome back, everybody. This is Breaking News Live with your host, Devin Washington. I'm just kidding. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the Callisto Protocol's Season Pass. We'll go into some details about the different editions that are going to be featured with the game, as well as the scathing IGN tweet that includes the topic of discussion with the death animations being locked behind the season pass. There is some light to be shed upon that, so we'll get to that in a minute. But let's see here. Callisto Protocol's season pass adds new mode, story content, and even more grisly death animation. So if anybody that is looking forward to this game has played Dead Space, I believe that there were a few times back in the day where there were a few gamers, a few people who were asking the developers to add new death animations, because Dead Space is renowned for its types of deaths and the way that poor Isaac Clarke has to suffer. And it looks like our poor hero Jacob is also going to be dealing with the same instances in his exploration as he goes through Black Iron Prison to uncover the mysteries of the infection. So let's see here. The Callisto Protocol will have more content available after it launches in December, as a season pass for the sci-fi horror game has been spotted on Steam. The extra content includes new story content, undiscovered areas of Black Iron Prison to explore and riot, a new horde-like mode in which players will have to battle waves of enemies while maintaining their gear. So that will be interesting to have somewhat of a co-op experience, being able to fend off against the growing threat of the biophages. The Contagion bundle is described as the ultimate survival horror experience that reduces the amount of ammo and health packs available, customizes the difficulty, and activates a permadeath feature, which everybody is very much aware of how permadeath works. You die once, it doesn't matter how many times you have saved a game, you got to start over from the very beginning, and we all love that. There will also be new cosmetics to unlock, as well as 13 new death animations to recoil in horror at when you see them applied to the protagonist, Jacob. So what we know of, as of what we have read here, the team is going to decide to add more death animations into the game's Season Pass post-launch. So right now, those death animations are not available. So why don't we go on over to the pre-order page here and just check out some of the day one content goodies that we're going to be getting here. So if you get the day one edition, you will most likely, these will pop up in stores, so you can just get the day one edition without really pre-ordering it, and you'll get the digital content and whatnot. But the day one is going to come with the retro prisoner character skin, 2 retro prisoner weapon skins, and the contraband pack. The digital, which will be $89.99, will include Callisto Protocol, as well as the prior mentioned DLC content for the day one edition. This is also going to include the season pass and a 48-hour advance access to story DLC that's PlayStation exclusive. So if you want to be able to play the story DLC 2 days in advance, you'll have to make sure to pre-order that through the PlayStation page. So why don't we check out what is all going to be in the collector's edition. So this is on Skybound. I believe the collector's edition is also available for pre-order through GameStop and Best Buy, but I believe that they're all sold out for all three: PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 5. I had the GameStop one pre-ordered, but I waited and waited and waited because I really wasn't sure. You know, with this being a new game, a new IP, sometimes people want to kind of experience it first before they go like really all in with the pre-order stuff. But for what I've really seen so far from this game, I am pretty much going to be sold on this experience, so I decided to go ahead and pre-order from the Skybound page here. I'm not 100% sure if it is going to be right here available on day one. We'll see what happens if it does ship right on December 2nd. That'll be great. I'm going to do an unboxing and I'll dive into all the specifics that is going to give you all the physical stuff that we'll see. We have things like the Jacob statue. We got some collectible pins, a TCP sketchbook. So if you want to learn how to draw in Callisto fashion, you'll be able to learn straight from here. You'll also get the retro skins and the TCP digital comic number 0 edition. This is only digital through the Skybound version. I believe on GameStop you can get a physical version of this. I'm hoping, because I'm just a physical guy, I'm hoping that later, maybe on Amazon, that they will have a physical edition for this that you can get. I'm hoping that these won't specifically just be tied to the collector's edition. We'll see. If not, I'll just have to deal with it on the digital side. You will also get an exclusive steelbook and an art box. Big old art boxes will come with. These are kind of cool in my opinion, because you have like the case on the outside and then you have just a whole nother piece of art on the inside that just looks so awesome. I mean, just look at this like detail. Like, just seeing this is gonna be really cool. When I did the unboxing for Horizon Forbidden West, its art box was just fantastic. If you guys want to check that one out, that was the last unboxing that I did. So we got a nice look at what is going to be inside of the Callisto Collector's Edition. So let's head on over to IGN and see what they're yapping about over there. So they made this post a little bit ago. Actually, let's see. Yeah, this was around 12:46 today. Several player death animations in the Callisto protocol are locked behind the game's season pass. We know of, from what we've seen in the past with games locking specific things behind season pass, things in the games that are already available and ready to go. We've seen this with like Destiny 2 that I know of, like exclusively since I played Destiny 2. And I know that there's plenty of other games that have done kind of the same shady tactics where you have in-game things that are ready and they're just locking it behind season pass. And it'll be simple things. Call of Duty was locking the reticle sites behind the black market dealer. You would have to open up loot boxes and spend money, you know, in order to get some of those. So, and or they were just outright selling them for like $1. So, you know, that's just kind of ridiculous if you ask me. But if you are looking at this from face value without really diving into any like further details or any other speculation, you can probably make the assumption that yes, this stuff is already readily available and they're just locking it behind the season pass. You won't be able to see it unless you pay for the season pass. Even on IGN's site, when you click on the link, it'll come up to reveal that the 13 kill animations that have been a prominent feature in the game's marketing won't be included in the normal $59.99 version of the game. So that's as much as we are seeing as far as like, you know, IGN's point of view. Again, if you're going to look at it from an outside perspective, you could sit and believe that these animations could already be done and they're already locking it behind. But Glen Schofield comes in with the hammer. And he says, just to be clear, we are not holding anything back from the main game for the season pass. We haven't even started work on this content yet. It's all new stuff that we'll be working on in the new year. Fans have asked for even more deaths, so we're making it a priority. Next year. So meaning that the death animations that they are going to include in the season pass may not be even available yet. It's kind of interesting that they already have like a number of death animations that they know that they're going to have, but it may just be something that is kind of just on paper right now. Who really knows? They may have their ideas of what they're going to do, but just haven't actually done any of the digital work into making it become a reality yet. So if we're going to look at it from two perspectives again, you know, we can have this content that is not even started yet, but it's going to be included later on. So when you think about the DLC, we're going to have new areas that we're going to be able to explore, possibly new enemies. Again, you know, it's going to be a new story and everything. Those specific deaths may just be tied to that particular DLC. So even when we're thinking about the game as it is now, with what is available, what we're going to be able to see, how we're going to be able to die, some of these death animations may just be specifically tied to certain areas, like the newer areas that we will not be able to explore yet until the DLC. And like I was saying, on the other hand, when it comes to an outside perspective, you could make the assumption that the death animations are already finished and they're just not including them in the game. They just want you to buy the season pass and pay the extra money to get the extra in-game stuff, like the death animations, for example. Again, you know, Glenn makes it clear that this stuff hasn't even been worked on yet, and they are going to be making it a priority for next year, which will be included in the game's DLC. So tell me what you guys think about that. Do you think that IGN maybe jumped the gun a little bit just for the hot little drama segment? Because again, this has also been a story, you know, that has been kind of going on with game developers, you know, through the last few years, about locking finished content behind the higher paid DLCs / season passes and whatnot. So I say that's all that I have to report on this mini update of Callisto Protocol. Just wanted to go through the additions with you guys, the pre-order bonuses, as well as trying to see if we could clear the air a little bit with what is being reported as far as the death animations being locked behind the season pass. I'd say since we have a little more clarity about exactly what is going on here, I don't really think that this is going to be too much of a big deal. Like I said, those death animations will most likely be tied to newer areas in the DLC as far as that is concerned. So I appreciate you guys joining me on this short little news update regarding the season pass and the locked death animations that we will be seeing once the DLC is ready for release next year. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to stay connected to the channel and put a like on it if you found it informative and brought to you in a timely manner. And if you guys want to sound off in the comments below to tell me what you're most looking forward to in Callisto Protocol, make sure to throw that on down there. We can have a little discussion about it, talk about what we are most anticipating with the game and its story, the combat, the horror. I am all ears for it. Or if you guys just want to come down to the comments, talk anything related to horror, that is going to be also okay with me. So my name is Devin, and this is my report for you, and I will check back with you guys when the next video is ready to go.